All right. It seems that a lot of people watched my previous video on how to do a push-up correctly. And it seemed to get a lot of attention compared to my other videos. And I feel like a lot of people want to start their journey for fitness, but doesn't really know how to start. That's how I felt in the beginning. I was looking for videos on how to do certain moves, and I was overwhelmed by the content that was too complicated and not simple. It tried to sell me stuff, and I didn't like that. So I kept going on my own. I learned from my mistakes. I kept going, and I feel like I'm experienced enough to teach you and teach other people how to correctly do a move through my 2 years of experience straight of training, and I feel like sharing some of my knowledge for you. Simple, straight to the point. I'm going to explain some more specifics for the push-up. So last video I explained how to position your hands, and this is important. A guy mentioned that on my other video, he commented that he mentioned that his hands were under his shoulders, and that was the problem. You see, when you try to do a push-up with shoulder width ends like this is my shoulder, this is my end. It's right under my shoulder. When you try to do a push-up like this, it's very close. It's uncomfortable. It's pretty hard. But then as soon as you start moving your hands a little bit outside of shoulder width, you see, this is my shoulder. I'm outside of my shoulder width. Like this is the middle of my shoulder. You gotta want to be outside. A little bit outside, yes. And as soon as you do it, it's much more comfortable to do a push-up like this. And one thing I forgot to mention on my other video that I find pretty important is how you position your arms in general. Because, all right, look at this. I see people try to do push-up like this when your elbows are tucked out. This is wrong. Your elbows need to stay on your sides like this, not tucked out like this, and you try to push up like this. This puts a lot of stress on your shoulder. Not your shoulders, your elbows. It's important you keep good form to minimize the risk of injuries. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I missed, because if you do your push-ups like this, you won't get, I don't know if you'll get results, but you'll probably get injured in the process, which is not what you want, because it can take a while to heal depending on the type of injury you get. So you want to keep your shoulders tucked in, your ribs, pretty much. Outside of shoulder width, tucked in, you push. There you go, that's a push-up. You push all the way up. There you go. Like this. And then you push up, and that's how you do a good push-up. Now, in this video, I wanted to explain how to utilize your push-ups to the maximum capability. And what I mean by that is how to use your push-ups for calisthenics. Now, first things first. This video is targeted for people that can do more than 30 push-ups in a row. Easy 30 push-ups in a row. Because the push-up, like I've explained on the other video, is the fundamental move for calisthenics, in my opinion. It is the foundation. You need to build it, make it strong. 30 push-ups in a row. If you can't do it, please master the push-ups. Watch my other video on how to do a push-up. And yeah, 30 push-ups in a row. So what you want to do once you reach that point, you want to make the push-up harder. And how do you do that? How do you make a push-up harder? Well, it's simple. You make it so either your feet are placed higher, so you do a deeper push-up. Like right here, there's a wall, pretty much. Imagine my feet are not on the floor anymore. They are on the wall. They are on the wall, and then it makes it significantly harder if I go down. Like, I can barely even do it myself. You do it like this, and then you push. That's how you do it. As long as your feet are above the floor, not too much. You want to be comfortable. As long as your feet are above ground, it's gonna make your push-up harder. And harder means you'll get stronger. So that's good. Also, keep doing that. Keep doing that. Keep doing elevated push-ups. And if you can reach more than 30 with that, then here comes the next step, in my opinion. To get stronger with a push-up. That's harder. I'm going to talk about pike push-ups. Pike push-up are different. They're very different from a normal push-up. Basically, it looks like this, right? You position yourself like this for a normal push-up. A pike push-up is this. I'm not very flexible, so I can barely make my legs straight when I'm in this position. So I'm gonna make them further so I'm straight. Usually you want to keep your legs straight, but if it looks like this, right? You have your legs straight, you're in this position, and then you push down. It's gonna make it significantly harder for your triceps because it specifically targets the shoulders and the triceps. Because you're going pretty much almost 180-degree angle towards the floor. So I'm gonna make it extremely hard. I'm gonna put my hands as close as my feet as close as possible as my hands, and I'm gonna try to do a push-up. You see, if I could keep my legs straight, it could be great. But I don't have the flexibility. Flexibility is good to work for when you do calisthenics because it can make this move easier. Pike push-ups. It consists of elevating yourself with your legs like this. You're on your fours. You put your legs like this, and then you push down. Just like a regular push-up, except you're not like this, you're like this. And then you push down. You go as far as possible and as close as possible from the floor. Excuse me. Yeah, so that's it. The pike push-up. Once you master this, and in my opinion, you're already ready to do this move. If you can do more than 30 push-ups in a row, it's the one-handed push-up. Now, this move it's beyond difficult. It's really, really difficult because instead of two hands, it's one hand. It's logical. It's much harder. So how to position yourself for a one-handed push-up, you may ask. Now, don't try this move if you're not ready. Even if you can do 30 push-ups in a row, you probably can't even do this move. So I'm going to show you the steps to work for to get to that. How to do a one-handed push-up, you may ask. You if you're not comfortable with balance, you can put your legs further, and that's probably what you're going to do because it makes it easier. So put yourself in a normal push-up position. Make yourself stable. And this is if you're not strong enough to do one yet. What you want to do is a negative push-up. You go slowly towards the ground. Like this. And if you're not strong enough, what's going to happen is when you're going to go down, slowly but surely, your arm is going to give in. And it's just going to do this, right? You're going to fall on the ground like this. Because your arm is not strong enough to push up with one arm. So you're gonna, as soon as you hit the ground, push yourself up again, get back into position, and do it again. Do another negative. Keep doing them. It will build up your strength significantly, and it's gonna prepare you for this move. Do this with each arm. It's pretty cool to do it with both arms. Yeah. So that's how you train yourself gradually. So I've explained, let's do a summary. Normal push-up, you're strong enough, you can do 30 in a row, great. Elevated push-ups, harder, but not too hard. Master this move, pike push-ups. Now that's hard. It specifically targets the triceps. And once you master this move, you're ready to start working your way towards the one-handed push-up, which is almost the final step for the push-up journey. Because you can always do more one finger push-up, but that's not optimal. That's really for looks, in my opinion. And that's a bit crazy, but maybe one day I'll reach that. But yeah, if you work towards that goal, you can reach it in months. It takes months. I already had a good base, and I could already do like 20-30 push-ups in a row before I even started my journey, because when I was younger I did a lot of fitness, and in about 4 months I reached the level where I am now. In my other videos I showcased my skills. Yep, it takes time, dedication, but it builds up your strength by a lot. My bench max went from like a plate, 145 plate on each side, to me repping way above 15 reps that exact same weight today in 4 months. 4 months time, and that's where I am. So it'll take longer. I'm not gonna make it look good. It takes a lot of time and dedication, and you just gotta do it. It's easy. You need the floor. There it is. What are you waiting for? Is what I say to a lot of people that wonder how to start. Just do push-ups, because it's stupid, but it really builds up your strength. Like the way I do them, it really builds up my strength by a considerable amount. And now I can do things like these. Like I can elevate myself straight off the floor with one arm. There you go. There you go. That took me 4 months to master. Because that was the first move I ever did when I started my calisthenics journey. I did a lot of push-up, and like a couple weeks after I wanted to do the one-handed push-ups. So that's pretty much it for the push-up guide. If you want to build your strength up to work your way towards calisthenics, I'll try to do more guides, but I barely started. I have a lot to learn, and I think my next guide will probably be pull-ups, because that's another move a lot of people do, and I want to share my knowledge about that. So yeah, that's it.